And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program, helping you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Pull out your smartphone, save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372. And we want you to save our phone number in your phone. At some point, you may need it. You can call or text 813-670-7372. Also, consumerqb.com. A plethora of resources available for you at our website, consumerqb.com, the newly redesigned website that is, and it looks great. You got to check it out. All of our previous episodes are up there as well. You can click on the Expert Contributors tab and see all of our links to all of our expert contributors. Again, the finest folks, over 80 show categories that we can help you with consumer advocate content. Anything financially that you're dealing with, anything in your business life, your health wheel. We've got some great partners that we'd love to introduce you to. So reach out and engage us. That's how we can help you. And we are very happy about last week. Had a lot of engagement from our listeners out there and viewers of our TV show on WeBeam TV, as well as streaming it from our site, consumerqb.com and /live stream. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio. We're going to go around the horn now and make our introductions. Kimberly Marie back in studio, principal architectural interior designer with Arc Lux. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's going to be an exciting show today, don't you think?
It's going to be great. We got our all-star team in here.
Yes, we do.
Got the A-team in the house.
That's right.
I need an 18 button. Remember that? We were just talking about buttons, Sean.
That's right.
Sean Febre, President Febre Frameworks in the house as well.
I like to think I'm the leader of the A-team, Brandon.
You are? Okay.
Just kidding.
Cannibal, or what was his name? Hannibal?
It was Mr. T?
Mr. T, but the one guy put it together, the gray guy.
Hannibal, yeah.
Hannibal.
I think that was before my time. I'm not sure.
Well, when was your time?
89.
Our time is right now. This
That's
is our time.
right now.
Winning in any marketplace. That's what we're going to help you do. Real estate photographer and drone videos, the beautiful shots from above.
Photographer extraordinaire. I love all these words.
That's right.
Yeah, write those down.
Yeah.
And also Mario Larrea is in the house as well. Mortgage specialist, Home First Lending. Welcome back in, sir.
Glad to be here again. So just be talking about some, mortgage stuff in the Tampa Bay marketplace, how things are going right now, some new stuff we have going on. So good content.
The market's hot. People are looking to, refinance, maybe even pull out some equity. First-time buyers. I mean, it's such a great time for first-time buyers to get in the marketplace. You look at the appreciation year over year. What a great place to park your money. A lot of the smart investor money is going into investments, duplexes, triplex, quads, apartment complexes. Great place to live, work, and play here in beautiful Tampa Bay. What a beautiful place.
Sun is shining,
the weather is sweet. All right, so we're giving a shout out to our official hotel partner, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. Spanish ancestry meets cool Mediterranean attitude. It's a whitewashed Mediterranean palace with expansive luxury suites overlooking the intercoastal waterway. And we've got a great team over there as well. Paul James, Paul Romero, and John Markunis as well. Say hello to those guys. They run the show, and they're going to help you with a discount as well. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Give them a call. Book your staycation, and you're going to get 10 to 20% off of your room stay at the beautiful Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach. And you got rooftop yoga on the weekends. And if you're a boater like me, you pull your boat up right to the dock there and hang out by the pool and enjoy the hot tub area and the pool at the Hotel Zamora. Kipton's the Hotel Zamora, our hotel partner on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got coming up in the show as well. We've got some interesting stories from you here. We got the top 10 most downloaded apps of all time, according to the list25.com. And we also have a feel-good story as well. Hear how Game of Thrones helped an Ireland farmer on our feel-good story. So let's jump right into it. Kimberly Marie is in the house. She's an interior design, architectural architectural interior designer, that is, with Arc Lux. So what exactly does that mean?
Well, we are an architectural interior design firm that works with construction, and so basically, Brandon, if you have a home that's for sale and or your buyer is looking for something and they can't envision, then we help them get to that point. So we can renovate, we work with general contractors, we work with trade professionals. Everybody is licensed, bonded, and insured. We have permits pulled. And we work with everybody to choose what will be their dream rooms, their homes, their offices, and what have you. So we're not just in the residential industry. We're in commercial, corporate, and industrial. So.
Awesome. Yeah. So where are you seeing most of your business right now? I mean, if you look at the residential market, it's pretty hot. I know you're working with investors where they come in, they buy the asset, whether it's at auction or REO sale, and you're going in there and saying, hey, here's my vision for this beautiful property.
Exactly. I don't think that for my business in particular, it's never been like 50-50 or 25, 75. It's just, our clients, most of our work is word of mouth. So our clients just vary throughout the industries.
Yep.
So.
Awesome.
Is there such thing as over improving your house?
I mean, I think that there could be if you are in an area that just has, you're the like Brandon, like what we were talking about with that one house.
Yeah, there is.
It makes it real hard
crazy.
to appraise homes.
That's right.
When
Sure.
you're over improved. If you never want to be the nicest house in the neighborhood unless you just want to die there, because if you go to sell it, you're gonna have a hard time.
But then
Yeah.
again, I mean, you would want to improve it enough so that it does stick out, so that if you do turn it into an Airbnb or a lot of people will go in and by the beach and they'll purchase a property and basically people will lease it. And
I hear the market's hot for Airbnb.
Right,
Definitely. Some
I
people
know.
are saying about pulling in $1,000 every day.
right,
It's
exactly.
huge. Yeah, that
Especially
whole
South
market.
Tampa.
You look at that
Exactly.
model. You look at the Uber model, the Airbnb model. Those, I mean, gosh, it's such a trend, and a lot of even some of my listing clients, they're saying, hey, if the property's not selling right away, we're going to go ahead and throw some Airbnb folks in there
Sure.
and make some cash in the meantime.
And then at that point, then, when I come in and I am over improving something like that, I mean, it's the client does want to keep the home. They do want a staycation, whether or not they live in Tampa and then they go to the coast and they're out there.
Yeah,
But
and I think when I was talking over improving, I'm talking strictly from an appraisal standpoint. So
Right.
the
Correct.
biggest house in the neighborhood or something like that, that's what I talk about of over improving. Making it look nice, that's another thing, because
Right.
now
Yeah.
you're talking the marketability is a lot better, but you
Sure.
can still appraise that. So, but if
Yeah.
you have like a 10-bedroom house in a 5-bedroom neighborhood,
Right.
that's really tough.
Yeah.
Right.
And you see that from time to time. They'll do the tear down. They'll build this huge place, and and a lot of times it has its very unique type architecture, so it stands out even more.
Yeah.
but
But
so
I
yeah,
do
so you
love
can.
going down the road in Bel Air and looking at all those amazing homes there. And I
Yeah.
mean, there's some of
Yeah.
them have got several lots, and I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful homes. So
Some beautiful properties in Tampa Bay and
Sure.
especially over in Pinellas County, close to the water as well. There's some great properties here. If you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here. We got a real estate roundtable discussion happening. Kimberly Marie is in the house. She's an architectural interior designer. Sean Febre is the president of Febre Frameworks, real estate photographer, as well as Mario Larrea, mortgage specialist, home first lending, well-respected mortgage lender here in Tampa Bay. So we're talking about all things real estate today, how you can get into the game and buy a real estate property and then put some money into it and then remarket the property. That's the American dream in a lot of ways, either living in the home or actually flipping the property. So you can help people with that.
yep, absolutely. Oh, was I still?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be the answer. Yes, I can do that. I can do all of that. Yeah, I mean, but it's nice because then if someone can envision what their home would look like, and maybe it does require a little bit of a upkeep or renovation, or maybe just updating. That's something that we would work with you on. It's we specialize in several different things because of the staff and the circles that that are within the community as far as trade professionals. They're very adaptive to what the end user wants and needs.
So what are some of the do's and don'ts right now when you talk about redesigning a property, interior design, layouts, color schemes? What are you seeing out there?
You know what? I try to tell all clients, just, don't get too hung up on, watching, the TV to try to, formulate, what you might need. It rarely comes from the heart. Culturally, where does it come from? What would you what are you used to? Where are you? And not even as far as budget, but just trying to make sure that what they need is what you're going to be designing for them. Maybe they're an empty nester. Maybe they have someone that's in a wheelchair, a walker. Those types of things, they will matter when I'm designing for them. So human factors, ADA requirements, those things I do take very, very seriously, because I tell some people that you may be in perfect health, but you have no idea. You may be crossing the road and something happen, and you never know. I mean, so does the house need to look like an ADA house? No. Does it need to look like that there's human factors all over the place? No. That's the part that I'm going to do and try to hide some of those I guess more sterile functional type cabinetry or however it's space planned.
Yep.
But getting deep inside of the client's mind and heart and what they really need for their job to be completed.
I like that. Those underlying reasons why, the underlying motivations behind it. Yeah, and that's great. And you also have a lot of contacts with the supplying side of that. So when you're doing the renovation properties, you're able to, take advantage of those different relationships you have in the industry.
Absolutely.
As well.
The manufacturers, I'm direct with quite a few manufacturers, and we pull from that. That way, their cost doesn't have to be escalated to a scary amount.
Excellent. Yep. Hot listing here out in East Riverview as well, East County. I want to let you know about a commercial asset, 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. And it's a property that has been reduced over time. So the owner is very motivated. It's a corner lot, and it's a great opportunity. 19 to 30 parking spaces here. 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. It's actually operating as a restaurant right now. So reach out if you're in the real estate market. We would love to hear from you, as well as giving a shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about our top 10 most downloaded apps of all time. We're going to have our top 10, all of our expert contributors guess, a little guessing game there, as well as hear how Game of Thrones helped an Ireland farmer in our feel-good story of the week. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, quarterback show and Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We're actually looking for help on the real estate side as well. If you are a real estate agent out there, we are looking for a few select real estate agents we're interviewing. I've got a lot of leads coming in, and we want to talk to you if you're interested in potentially joining our team, Platinum MVP Realty. Also, for the Consumer Quarterback Show, we're looking for some expert contributors to fill a few spots that we have, few vacancies here on the team. So reach out, 813-670-7372. If you're a business owner, manager, entrepreneur out there, and you want to come on our show, we would love to talk to you about that, 813-670-7372. You can call or text that. Also, submit the form at consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you at our website. Newly finished website as well, revamped from compliments of Teo Leonard, the web design ninja, consumerqb.com. And we're back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. We're giving a shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. She's got meal plans starting at $90 a week, optimal fuel, optimal performance. Healthy Gourmet, organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. And Felicia Lacaille is the founder and longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. She's got meal plans delivered Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Think about the power of that. You don't have to cook. You don't have to prep. You don't have to shop. You just have the food delivered. And it's awesome, organic, natural foods. What else do you have in this world if you do not have your health? And Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. You can find all their contact information at our website, consumerqb.com. Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio, making you just a bit more street smart here, giving you that helicopter view of Tampa Bay. Kimberly Marie, she's principal architectural interior designer with Arc Lux. And also Sean Febre, president of Febre Frameworks. Mario Larrea, mortgage specialist, Home First Lending. All right, so let's shift gears. Let's talk real estate photography now. So real estate photography, it's an exciting space now with the real estate space, and it's just a really great way to get the best that first impression that people talk about. There's no second chance to make that first impression.
Definitely, and it's more of a niche market than anything else. And I kind of want to keep it that way.
Yeah,
the less competition, the better. But so. One thing that I do need your guys' help on, and we were just talking about this during the break, is marketing, right? There's got to be ways to reach a lot of people really quick. And we were talking about marketing a live Facebook video and ways to do that. And one way Gary came up with, John. John. I heard Gary. I don't know where that came from.
Jason. Whatever.
Wait, is it Jason?
No, it's not.
was a flyer, right, that you market prior to actually releasing the live video. So have you guys heard of any other ways to market, maybe reach a lot of people out there, maybe in new marketplaces, maybe like Orlando, Jacksonville, Miami?
Well, something that you've done before, I think, is a great idea, is that you have these like and share, these contests, right? So if you like it, you get one entry. If you share it, you might get 2 or 3 entries into a giveaway of a certain prize or maybe a drone or whatever it might be. That's for your industry.
It's not a bad idea. Well, I've actually given away a drone, Gary.
John.
Whatever your name is in the corner.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a bunch of ways to market. I can tell you one way we've had a lot of success in marketing is definitely through email. Email seems to be the king of everything because there's a ton of email addresses out there in the real world. Just targeting your audience is a little bit of a challenge for probably the majority of business owners out there. We market to realtors, right? So realtors have their information plastered everywhere. Pretty sure they hate us. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Brandon, you've received our email campaigns, right?
Yeah, they look great.
All right.
Yeah, they look great. And they don't hate you. They, it's part of it. What it is.
For the whole industry.
The idea of having professional photography done, because too many real estate agents are still, and that's another challenge in the industry. There's a lot of part-time real estate agents. I bet you there's stats on that that show, the percentage of part-timers. But, there's so many people that have a kid soccer coach that thinks they're going to get them the same amount of money when it comes to selling an asset, their number one asset most of the time. And the old joke in the industry is the 3 Ps. Most real estate agents still use this strategy. It's the 3 Ps. Have you heard of it?
I think it's like picture. Or no, I haven't.
I just let him tell you.
Something about putting it on the MLS.
Put it on the MLS.
And then put your feet up on
their desk, and they pray it sells.
Yep,
Yeah, you knew it.
Yeah.
You had it. Yeah.
But
so that's the old. It's very nice. That's the old joke in the industry, right? So
actually, that hurts the real estate industry a lot because what you have is a lot of inexperienced realtors competing in a very competitive space. And doing exactly what you say.
It happens to my industry too. I mean, you've got all these people, but I will be as old can be, and I'll still try to design something for someone. I'm never retiring. I don't want to retire. I love my job.
Why should you, right?
But the goal is to retire, isn't it?
No.
Work forever.
No, just work and love what you do. I love exactly what I do. I love it.
That's right.
Yeah, which I do as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't.
Well, okay, so explain to us, like, what would you do? Like, if I have something that I'm doing and I want to bring in people from other states even, and what would you film?
Well, there's actually something very useful for that situation. Thank you so much, Kimberly Marie.
You're welcome.
And what it is, it's called a Matterport. And what that does is essentially it models the interior of that home that you just finished designing.
Right.
And people can walk through that space, especially if they're out of state, without actually visiting the home.
But I also want for them to see what I see. When I'm looking out the window, I want them to see whatever it is that...
And actually, the Matterport does an extremely good job of that. And it is essentially a 3D model of the interior of the home. So at any given point inside the house, you have a 360 view and you can tour the house. So you can definitely see outside the window. Now, there are some cases where you definitely don't want to see outside the window. And let's say if the house is right next to another house, we want to shut those blinds and make sure nobody can see out the windows.
Right.
Especially if it's got a big
But is this
tarp on the roof.
photorealistic?
Yeah, a big tarp on the roof.
So I'm not looking for photorealistic. I'm looking for something that is like where you're actually filming. Like, Brandon, where we do the 360
Are you talking about a video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Videos. That's
video.
definitely something we also specialize in.
Sure.
Honestly, if you name it, we got it because we try to stay on the cutting edge of every single real estate marketing technology out there. And, I'm going to bring up Zillow again, Brandon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, man.
And how we're Zillow Select photographers out here.
Oh, my.
Which means we can now upload enhanced video walkthroughs to Zillow, which I think you had a question about that.
Yeah.
So, it's anything and everything that we can do. And we also use gimbals, dollies, anything you can physically imagine that Hollywood uses. And we try to bring it into a house and just create a nice little Hollywood movie of your home.
Right. I love that.
Now,
do you like it?
Now, if it was architectural interior design, what we would probably focus on is definitely the kind of architectural improvements that you've done on the house. We're not going to show off the space so much, but more so, I would say I'm not quite sure what goes into architectural interior design. Maybe the lighting fixtures, maybe the crown molding, possibly the wood floors. Am I
not even close?
Not even close.
All right, so we're gonna meet after this so I can teach you about it. But no, so basically when I walk into a space that hasn't been touched yet, I'm gonna have to go through a demolition process. I'm gonna have to go through all types of different processes. So what I want, so that when Brandon would get a property like that, then basically I want to show through your videos what I would see as a designer and how that creativity and what what's impressed me about the space and walking through that project and being there for a tremendous amount of time, 6 days a week. You live it, you breathe it, you know it, and you want for people to be able to experience that. There's something about it that's almost like the senses. And, what touches you? How do you feel when you're inside? Those are the things I'd like for you to capture on video.
Are you talking about a 3D rendering, or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about live, like something real. Like I want to show them.
Oh, you're talking about a lifestyle video with people actors in it, possibly.
I'm so off. We're meeting after this.
What she's referring to is the way that she structures her property. So if she's helping an investor take the property from, just purchased it, been vacant for 8 months, and then she comes in and she says, okay, well, here's what I see happening, and I've done a property like this that we needed to move the water pipe because of the old style of plumbing, like everything from the architectural design of the property, and then also adding the interior flavor as well because of the color textures and the different design types that she has in that. We're coming into our break as well. So Kimberly, Marie, and Sean Febre there.
We're meeting after.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to do a one-on-one and talk more about that. And so
we were having a little impromptu meeting.
As well as when we come back as well, we got our top 10 most downloaded apps of all time. We're going to have our expert contributors guess that, and also hear how Game of Thrones has helped an Ireland farmer on our feel-good story of the week. And you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Platinum MVP Realty is our platinum sponsor, and if you have a real estate property, we are looking for listings right now, so reach out at our website, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, former USF football player. I played on the inaugural football team at the University of South Florida, and quarterbacking transactions for our sellers out there. Anybody looking to sell real estate, we would love to lead you to a successful closing, as well as quarterbacking introductions to over 80 show partners now on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. And we would love to hear from you at our website, consumerqb.com. Just submit the form, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you at our website. And also give us a call on our text our hotline, 813-670-7372. Call or text 670-7372. And we're giving a shout out to Signature Massage and Facial Spa. Are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price but without having to sign up for memberships? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour Swedish massage, $49.95, always, no contracts. Come in early for the early bird specials and receive $10 off, and there you'll receive a professional massage at a great price. For those muscles that need extra work, you got deep tissue with sports massage options. And if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa at 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. And give them a call at 813-925-8898 to schedule an appointment. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get 10% off of your first massage or facial. And we're back here in studio helping you win. Coming up, Game of Thrones helps rescue a farm with an uncommon animal in Ireland, as well as we've got a top 10 list here. The most downloaded apps of all time is our top 10. So we're going to have our expert contributors guess that today. So, all right. So let's bring Mario Larrea into the conversation. He's a mortgage specialist with Home First Lending. And what are you seeing out there, buddy?
Well, one thing I could say that might help you out too, that kind of translates over into my business, and we had talked about this last week. Right now, the property values are a lot higher than they have been in a long time. It's a great time to pull, if you're going to refi or something like that, rates are great right now, but I see a lot of people that have a lot more equity than what they used to have. So, if you plan on staying in the home, it's a great time to pull out some cash, maybe talk to somebody who can improve the home, for the long term, where you want to stay there and, make the changes that you need. But it's a great way to free up some additional cash. And a lot of times it doesn't really even cost you anything.
Right. Yeah. You look at a home equity line of credit, you look at a complete refinance. Maybe if your mortgage is a little bit higher rate, you can lump that all together. And of course, when you think about refinancing, you think about unsecured debts that you may have, including some of those that are going to be at higher interest rates as well. Yeah, and that's a great thing to do too. And I have a lot of people that, they hear from their friend who used to be a mortgage broker in 2006 or 7. It's a bad thing to do to roll in like unsecured debt. And it's really not. It's one of the best things you can do if you're going to refinance, because now you've taken a non-tax deductible debt that's not really set up to pay off, roll it into a mortgage, which is set to pay off, right, and you're going to, get some of that interest that you're paying back, because now it's tax deductible. So, it's a great thing to look at if you are looking to refinance. And I mean, right now, if you can probably refinance to lower your interest rate, drop mortgage insurance, but at the same time, if you can pull out another $10,000, it's just a few dollars of difference on your payment. It could be a huge, hundreds of dollars if you're paying off $10,000 in credit card bills. So. Yeah, absolutely. So Mario Larrea here, Home First Lending. Let's talk about also when you look at the renovation loans. You got the different types of loan programs where you can pull out money either from when you're purchasing the property. So if the property you like is in a better school zone, but it just doesn't have that second bathroom that you need, or whatever that situation is, some of these programs will allow you to do that.
Yeah, and there's a couple of them out there. There's one through FHA, the 203K loan. There's also Conventional has one called the Home Styles. So, there's a lot of reasons to do it. And just like one of the things that you mentioned, maybe you like the exact area. Maybe it's the school zone you like. Maybe the house doesn't have a pool and you're dying to have a pool. You can add a pool in with the Home Styles, or, like even something as crazy as an outdoor kitchen or something where, Kimberly could come in. That's there right. Also.
I didn't even pay him to say that either.
And, but I mean, you can make the house as you want it. So, there's a lot of areas where there's not that many houses right now for sale. So you got to get creative. If you want to be in a certain area, you want to upgrade a little bit, it's a good way to do it. I mean, you can make the house you want.
Yeah. That's a great product. Some of those products. And have you been involved with some of those transactions?
I have. Yeah. But turning them back over to you, Brandon, that once they're complete and once they're where they need to be, I mean, it's a seller's, market, right? Would it be a seller's or a buyer's? Would it be? It would be both almost, right?
Well, yeah, right People now there's a lack of inventory. Well, I mean, really, it can be at certain times, but right now it's more of a seller's market because there's a lack of inventory. So the sellers have more bargaining power, in other words, than the buyers do. So the buyers, when a new property hits the market, a lot of times, especially if it's priced right and it's in a good area, it's going to be multiple offers, highest and best situations. I've had several of those this year.
Yeah.
So I've had a bunch of people that, especially if you're looking in the $100,000 to $300,000 range, there's a ton of buyers in there. So I've had people, it'll take them 8 months to get an accepted offer.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just making offer after offer after offer, and it can be challenging.
Yeah,
What's the
tough.
time frame for you, Brandon? Is it like 3 months? Is it 6 months? How long does that normally take in order for you to when you're in with a client?
To sell a property?
To sell the property.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables. It depends on the area. If you list a property that's priced well in that price point between 100 to 250, 300, if you price it properly, it's going to sell quick.
Right.
And that's the challenge that you have sometimes in real estate, is that the sellers, they always typically think that their house is worth a lot more because they added this and they added that and they just put a new roof on.
Right.
And so unfortunately that's going to, extend the days on the market. And then when the days on the market increases, the buyers are a little bit weary. They're saying, what's going on with this property? It's been on the market for quite some time.
Right.
And then you get some properties that are just very unique. I just sold a property out in East County. It was a unique property, beautiful property, had a lot of acreage, pool, completely renovated, but it was just very unique the way that it sat. And some people look for that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people look for those unique properties because they may have a home-based business where they want to park their lawnmowers on the side of the house, or their other office equipment.
I run into what you're saying too, with sellers not pricing within what the market is, or always wanting to go a little higher. And sometimes they might get it, but then you always run into problems like on my end, right down the road. Let's say you're priced $20,000 higher than what the house can appraise for. Somebody goes in to make an offer, they may give it to you, but it's not going to appraise. So now you're going to have additional problems.
Right.
Not only is it sitting on the market longer, but it's going to be in contract longer. You're going to have to start negotiating. So, it's important to really listen to your realtor and, see what properties are going for out there. Obviously, you want to get the most you can, but you got to be realistic.
Yeah, you don't want to leave money on the table, but on the other side, it's like you were saying, is it just it leads people down a path. People get upset. Buyers are spending money on inspections, and then they pay for an appraisal, and then the appraisal comes in light, and everybody's getting upset.
Come on, man.
They want to they get upset. They're waiting on the closing, and then you get that's when you get that negative.
Yeah, and I mean, and in that price range too, if you have an FHA loan going, that appraised value sticks for 6 months with FHA, so it is what it is. I mean, So yeah, it's definitely something to consider.
I'm curious, Mario, exactly, and maybe this is a broad question, but you hear about the millennial generation generating a lot of debt from student loans and things of that nature. Are there a lot of millennials out there actually going for mortgages?
There are, and one of the big things I think with the millennials right now is for some reason and a lot of people have this misconception that they need to have like 10-20% down. So a lot of them are waiting and I'll get some of them and talk to them and let them know, you can put 1% down, 3.5% down, and they're blown away.
Wait a second, 1% down? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have a program right now. It's 1% down. Actually, the lender pays an additional 2%. So when you walk in, you have 3% equity. You've only put 1% down. So it's a great product. Lower MI rates on that product as well. So there's a lot of things out there that people don't realize. So
what's that one called?
It's actually
That's all right. So
it's through
MI,
Freddie Mac.
And the MI is the mortgage insurance, so it's a lower percentage on the mortgage insurance.
Right. So it's with a straight, you have to go through, and it's not even for a first-time home buyer, but if you take the program, you have to go through a first-time home buyer class, which, I mean, you can take those online. So, but yeah, I mean, the mortgage insurance rates are lower than a comparable conventional loan, they would be.
So say, take an individual such as myself, for instance. I completely transitioned out of the field I was previously in and started a business. My business has not been operating for 2 years.
That's a very, very difficult one, especially for a primary residence. Yeah, I mean, with the Dodd-Frank laws and everything that are in place now, that's one of the big sticking points.
What about bank statement loans? Did you have those, or they have to be 24 months?
There are bank statement loans out there, but they still are requiring that you've been in business for 2 years.
Oh, I see.
So I can do a 12-month bank statement loan where you go and give me 12 months bank statements. We average it out, and that's what we use for your monthly income. But you still have to be employed or self-employed for 2 years.
Yeah.
So one of the special cases.
You're special, Sean. We know. All right. So, hey, when we come back, we're more from Kimberly Marie, Sean Febre, Mario Larrea here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're also going to jump into our top 10 most downloaded apps of all time. And we've got our feel-good story of the week as well. Braylon's going to read that story for us. And I want to let you know about a hot Tampa property here. Speaking about those properties in between that price range, at 701 East Crenshaw Street in Tampa. This is a great buying opportunity in the subdivision of Harmony Heights, Seminole Heights area. And it's 701 East Crenshaw Street in Tampa, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1969 year build, and it's $254,000, completely renovated and remodeled pool home in beautiful Tampa Bay. So when we come back, more from our expert contributors. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
On November 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, your radio and TV stations will participate in the first ever nationwide test of the Emergency Alert System, or EAS.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here. Brandon Rhymes, Quarterback Show. Check out our book on Amazon. I'm a published author and professional speaker. So check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. And we'd love for you to check it out. Leave a nice review for us. It's Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. And also got some really cool stuff going on with the national syndication of the book, and we're taking it to other markets. So some really cool things happening. Stay tuned for more announcements on that. And coming up in the show, hear how Game of Thrones helped an Ireland farmer on our Feel Good story. But right now, we're going to jump into our top 10. We're going to have our expert panel guess the top 10 most downloaded apps of all time. Holding it here in my hands, and Braylon wanted to guess, so she's going to share a mic with you.
She's going to share a mic with me.
Kimberly, top 10 most downloaded apps of all time, according to list25.com.
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe Airbnb.
Airbnb?
No.
A little bit too new, I think. That one's not on the list. Sorry about that. Braylon?
Snapchat?
Braylon says Snapchat. Let's see.
Was me.
Snapchat. Sorry about that. Sean?
I think I know number one. It's Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. That was a hot, trendy little deal.
What?
But,
I thought a billion people downloaded it.
Mario?
Facebook.
Top 10 most downloaded apps of all time. Mario says Facebook, number 2. Mario Larrea, number 2. He's winning the game so far.
Let me jump in. I know.
Round 2. No, round two.
Okay. Find my phone, like phone finder.
Phone finder. is not on the list. Braylon?
Twitter.
Twitter is number 7.
That was mine.
Good job. Good job, Bray.
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans, he says. And I don't see that one on here.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
You got the
Mario?
buzzer, though.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is on the list. I saw it. Number 6, WhatsApp is arguably the most famous and most downloaded instant messaging app for smartphones with more than 8 million users globally.
Holy cow.
All right. So Mario's winning here by a long shot.
Not me. What do you think?
What's another one?
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds is a good
Angry Birds, number 9 on the list.
Really?
All right. Good job.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay, let's see.
That's going to be up there.
Instagram is not on the list. Didn't make the top 10 most downloaded apps of all time, according to the list25.com. Sean?
I don't know. Wells Fargo.
Come on.
Oh, my.
How about a double bang?
Yeah, right?
Come on.
Mario. Couple of good ones still, like that you guys haven't thought of. Okay, so
Pokemon
we got
Go would've
hint.
been on there.
So we said we got hint here is half of the list is owned by Google. There's a big hint.
Gmail.
Gmail number 3.
Oh.
But was it your
You
turn?
can take it. You can take it.
It wasn't your turn.
You can
Google?
take it. Google.
Google search number 4. All right. What about the one where you play the movies all the time on that you're always,
YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube is on there.
That's right.
All right, so let's give you the countdown here. We got number 10 is Google Street View. Number 9, Angry Birds. 8 is Skype.
Standard.
Twitter coming in at 7. WhatsApp was 6. Number 5 was YouTube. Google search number 4. Gmail number 3. Facebook number 2. Number 1 of all times. Anybody? Anyone?
I don't know.
Chrome browser.
Really?
The Chrome browser is the fastest,
I have that.
easiest
Don't
web browser in the world. No wonder why it's been the most downloaded app. Yeah, it helps play video better too, right, John? Yep. Yep. So there you go. There is your top 10, a fun top 10 that Anthony teed up for us there. Good job, Anthony. All right, so let's go ahead and do our feel good story, Braylon. You ready? All right, we're going to do our Tell Me Something Good story here. Tell me something good. All right, so Game of Thrones helps rescue farm with uncommon animals in Ireland.
While Game of Thrones may be about rulers of dragons, this man takes care of much smaller animals, and he is only able to do so because of the beloved television show. Kenny Gracie is the owner of a small farm in Northern Ireland that cares for rare animals that are traditional to the British Isles, such as the saddleback pig, the Jacob sheep, and the longhorn cattle. A few years ago, however, Gracie and his farm fell on hard financial times. If he didn't find help quickly enough, he would not be able to keep his beloved animals. He and his livestock were saved when the Game of Thrones producers coincidentally began filming the first season of the show around the same time that Gracie started having problems. The producers said that they wanted to use animals that were native to the British Isles for the show's background scenes, and those animals happened to be on Gracie's farm. When they asked whether Gracie would be willing to provide these animals, he accepted. Ever since the show began, Gracie had been paid to be the show's official animal handler alongside his furry companions, and he says that he has never been happier.
Very cool. He probably got paid a little money for that.
A little.
Right? What do you think? Yeah.
I'm thinking probably in the neighborhood of $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos gave it to him.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, things to do, things to avoid, parting words of advice. You're up first, Kimberly.
I think that once you have a design or something in mind to do with your homes or your offices or wherever you are most of the time, my words of advice would be to hire a professional at the very beginning of those thoughts, because we can take you through that process before you even start to try to spend money and time.
That's right.
So that's my advice.
Good nuggets of advice. Sean Febre Frameworks.
Let's see here. My advice would be to don't limit your marketing to any kind of single avenue and exhaust all options between print media, broadcasting, digital, anything that you can possibly think of. You want to be omnipresent in the entire world so everybody can always see you.
Radio.
Isn't that broadcast?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
I covered it.
You good. Mario?
If you're thinking about doing something, act now. Right now, for mortgages, it's a great time. I mean, programs are opening up aside from Sean's 2-year less than self-employed situation. If you have that, that's a difficult one. But aside from that, rates are really low. Everything's pointing to them going up. So if you're looking to buy right now, you're going to be able to afford more than you can in a year. If you're looking to refi, it's a great time. Rates are still low.
Yeah, it sure is. It's definitely a hot market. So you want to get in before, because if the longer you wait, there's two things happening. You got the price of the asset going up; it's increasing, and then you're also losing purchasing power. If the rates do tend to trend up, like we believe they are going to. All right, let's do one more round. Top tips, things to do, nuggets of advice. Kimberly Marie.
I say maintenance your home all the time. Like not all the time, just at least once a month. Check on things. Just have just a routine of checking, your filters and making sure that your AC unit is being serviced. I mean, it's 97 plus degrees outside sometimes, and we get irritated when it's not cool enough in our homes. Well, just make sure that you're keeping up with your maintenance. At least, make it a rule of thumb to do it at least every 3 months for sure. And just check on things every month.
That's right. Yeah, maintenance will help you prolong the life of all your different mechanical assets in the property. All right, Sean Febre, top tips, things to do, things to avoid.
Top tip is go support your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got Hard Knocks coming out August 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't wait for that. That's exciting. We can finally get to see the inside in $1. So
the only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
That's right. So go out there and support Jameis and the boys.
Yeah, Hard Knocks. That's gonna be cool, man.
That is gonna be pretty cool.
I used to love that show.
Yeah. Now it's our home team.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Very cool. Maybe we can get in an episode.
Can you get me in there?
We should go. Mario, top tips, things to do.
Definitely, like Kimberly was saying, consult a professional. Go with somebody local. If you're looking for a mortgage, you can get face to face with them. Also, probably get some input from people in the community that have used them before. And if you speak to somebody and they're priced way better than everybody else, if it looks a little bit too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, we've run across that a lot. The mortgage industry, there's a lot of mortgage guys out there, gals, and a lot of them claim to have better rates just to get that hook, try to hook you in, and then the bait and switch is still out there.
Yep,
so unfortunately,
definitely.
you see it happen, and with Mario, the thing is you want to reach out at least and get a second review. If you have somebody offering you a certain thing, find out, because a lot of times people get to the closing table and they're going to be sitting there wondering what happened to their rate. Costs are going to go up. There's a lot of different tactics and strategies that some of these other unscrupulous agents will use out there. So I want to thank all of our expert contributors for coming on the show today. Kimberly Marie, principal architectural interior designer with Arc Lux. Sean Febre is the president of Febre Frameworks and a longtime friend of the program. Mario Larrea as well, mortgage specialist, Home First Lending. And we want to thank all of our listeners out there, viewers of our TV show on WeBeam TV. And we want to remind you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as packing up food you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need on the side of the road. Be a force for good in the community. Donate time, donate leftover clothing you may have as well, previously used clothing and supplies. Drop it off at your church and shelters. Buy a police officer or serviceman or woman lunch or breakfast, and let them know that you care, and be a force for good in the community. Continue to tune in to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.